Hi everyone, my name is Ryan and I'm the Midlife Skier. When I got back into skiing and quickly became obsessed with all things ski related, one area I dug into was ski clothing. One of the biggest issues I remembered from skiing in the distant past was my discomfort while doing it. So I wanted to see what I could do to make sure I had comfortable clothes for the long season ahead. Today, I'm going to go over the clothes I ended up getting, how they worked for me over my 42-day season, and what I'll be doing for this upcoming season. Let's get into it. The key to staying warm in cold weather is to layer your clothing. So the base layer is the bottom layer that goes under everything else, like your underwear. The main job of a base layer is to keep you dry, so the material needs to be moisture wicking and able to quickly exhaust the moisture it wicks outward. There are two main types of material that are used for this. First, there's synthetic or polyester material. This tends to be a little cheaper, but it can get a little smelly after a day of usage. Second, there's merino wool. This is generally more expensive, but does not get as smelly, so you can wear it longer before needing to wash it. Whatever you use for your base layer, make sure to never ever use cotton. Cotton retains moisture, and when it gets cold, it will quickly suck the heat out of your body. There's a reason they have the saying, cotton kills. Do not wear cotton for a base layer. For myself, I bought several pairs of base layers, shirts and pants, made of different materials and from different manufacturers. My favorite combination was smart wool shirts and 3/4 length pants. These use their thermal merino material and work quite well. I also found Patagonia's Capilene Hybrid, it's part wool, part synthetic, I think. Shirts and pants work very well. They were expensive, but lighter weight. I also used some cheaper synthetic and off-brand merino base layers. They all work just fine for me. One final unusual base layer I tried was the CWX Endurance Generator Thermal 3/4 base layer. These are compression leggings designed to keep you warm and allegedly help support your leg muscles and joints to allow you to ski longer. I really couldn't tell if these help my leg endurance. They definitely didn't hurt endurance, but I doubt they're worth the much higher price. One really annoying part of these was that they did not have a fly. So it really made it a chore to go pee every time you needed to. Because of this, I honestly didn't use them very often. And I guess they can't have a fly because of the material and what they're trying to do, but still, it was just kind of annoying. A minor thing though. Another important part of your base layers is your ski socks. I use smart wool over the calf ski socks with zero cushion. These work fantastic for me, and I saw no need to try any other socks. They're not that expensive. They're about $20 to $30 a pair, and you don't need a ton of them. So I highly recommend them. Ski jackets and pants are another obvious critical piece of your ski clothing. The main role of these outerwear layers are to keep you warm, protect you from wind and precipitation, and to be breathable, allowing your sweat out. These generally come in one of two configurations. There's either an uninsulated shell or an insulated jacket or pant. Shell outerwear layers provide wind and water protection along with the breathability, but don't offer any insulation for warmth. You need to stack up more layers inside to keep yourself warm. Insulated jackets and pants have the same wind and water protection plus breathability as shells, but they also include insulation, so that you don't have as many layers on very cold days. In general, if you ski a lot in warmer spring conditions or do a lot of backcountry touring, uninsulated shells are going to be a better choice. On the other hand, if you ski primarily in resort and during the main part of the cold winter season, insulated outerwear can save you some complexity and laundry. As I looked into which ski jacket I wanted, I had a few criteria. First, I wanted a good waterproof insulated ski jacket since I expected I would be skiing in all kinds of conditions, including rain and snow. Second, I wanted a jacket with good waterproof external zippered pockets, including 2 chest pockets and a sleeve pass pocket. Third, I wanted a jacket with armpit zippers to allow me to cool down if I got hot while skiing. There are many great ski outerwear brands, but I was always drawn to Helly Hansen. I don't really have a good reason, other than I noticed this was the brand that the Vail ski instructors used, so I figured if it was good enough for them, it'd probably be good enough for me. When I looked for good deals last summer, I saw the Helly Hansen Garibaldi 2 ski jacket for a pretty good discount. It met all of my requirements. I ordered a size large, which fit pretty well. It was a bit big, but allowed room for me to layer up underneath. With the ski jacket nailed down, I next looked for ski pants. Since I'd gotten the Helly Hansen Garibaldi 2 jacket, I noticed there was a matching set of ski pants from them as well, Garibaldi 2 pants. These looked nice since they had plenty of external pockets, were highly waterproof and breathable, and had thigh zippers to cool things down if I got hot. I originally got a size large of these pants, but when I tried them on, they were way too big, and I had to swap for a medium size, which fit much better. Just note that these do seem to run quite large on size for the pants. One part of these pants that I did not originally notice is that they are uninsulated. This ended up not being a problem as I just doubled up my base layer pants or leggings on cold days, which worked fine. A different part of my outerwear that did initially cause me some discomfort was my gloves. I started off using some Lecky gloves, but my hands got cold anytime the temperature was below around 30 degrees, which obviously isn't good because that was pretty much all the time. I then got a set of much thicker Lecky gloves, but these only helped a little. On a particularly cold day at Snowshoe, West Virginia, wind chills were in the teens at the hottest part of the day. My hands just hurt way too much to go on. In desperation, I broke out an older pair of cheap electrically heated gloves I had gotten on Amazon. While the material on these gloves is cheap and the palms are falling apart a bit, the electric heating these offered were game-changing. For the first time, my hands were totally comfortable and pain-free. Even better, I could ski as long as I wanted without my hands having any problems. I came to rely on these so much that I bought an extra set of batteries to make sure these wouldn't run out of juice. If you have a cold hands problem, I recommend checking out electrically heated gloves. I've also heard that mittens can help a lot with this, but I personally prefer to have my fingers available. Unfortunately, the gloves I have are no longer sold on Amazon, but there appear to be several alternatives that are very similar, though a bit more expensive, like Save Your Heat gloves. By the end of the season, I had a very good kit of clothing that kept me warm on the coldest days without overheating me on more mild days. I didn't mention it earlier, but for mid-layers, I used a few quarter-zip pullovers made of either synthetic material or merino wool. These worked really well to layer up appropriately as needed and were easy to take off if I got too warm. My goal in the beginning was to make sure I had ski clothes that made the weather a non-issue, and this is exactly where I ended up. I'm hoping my clothes hold up for another season. I suspect they'll be just fine. I will also probably try a few new items to mix in, and I'll report back on what I learn. And with that, I hope you have a great day.